Hi, my name is David. Thanks for stopping by. This is part 3 in our mini bug out bag series. Today we're going to be talking about medical, and the goal is to fit as much functionality as possible into this 40-ounce stainless steel bottle and nested cup. Come on, let's get started.
During turbulent times, you step into the fray to protect yourself and those you love. Go to prepare911.com for more information.
So the next thing I'm going to talk about is what I call topical first aid items, meaning things that are designed to be smeared on your skin, placed on top of your skin in order to help take care of some situation or circumstance. Petroleum jelly works in a whole variety of first aid situations to help cover a wound, something if there's a small cut or something like that. You've got it closed up, you can place some petroleum jelly over it. It will help keep it moist, and it will also prevent contaminants from getting inside of there for a nominal period of time. The next thing that I had mentioned earlier is the Steri Strips and the tetrabenzoin. The tetrabenzoin is essentially something you're going to put on there to help the Steri Strips stick. If you get a large gash, you'll simply clean it very well, flush it out with water, but then if you're going to close it up, you're simply going to place the tetrabenzoin on, you're going to place the Steri Strips on there, and then you're going to start pulling them over from one end to the next, tightening and pulling that skin close together so that the Steri Strips can help hold it nice and closed. And you're not going to use one or two, you're going to use a whole group of Steri Strips to make sure that you keep that closed. And then you'll place a bandage over top of that in order to prevent any contaminants from re-entering that area. The last thing in the world that you would want to do is to have a gash or a cut and actually end up getting some kind of contaminants, debris, something with bacteria on it inside your skin or inside that cut and not clean it out. And then you're going to close it up, you're going to end up with an infection, and it's, you very well could go septic and cost you your life. So you have to be very careful. This is not a first aid course. We're just talking about general information about first aid. I strongly encourage you to seek first aid training from a certified first aid instructor. I am not one of those. I'm simply talking about the first aid items that I carry inside of my mini bug out bag. A couple of small packs of hydrocortisone cream. That is going to be in case you get up against something that's going to make you itch. Poison oak, poison ivy, bug bites, all kinds of stuff that can make you itch. When you're itching and it is in the middle of the woods, it is a miserable experience. A small amount of hydrocortisone cream is going to help take the edge off of that. It's not going to stop the itching completely. This is something that's over the counter. Some people get small tubes of it and stick them in their bottles. I just carry a couple of these individual use packets. But it's going to help take the edge off of it and make it not quite suck so much. Next is burn cream. Burn cream is if you're burned on a large part of your body, I'm going to be blunt, this isn't going to really help. But if you have burned a small area of your hand that is a small contained burn, or maybe you grabbed a hold of a hot pot and you let it go right away, but you still got some redness there, the burn cream can kind of help provide a little bit of relief, but it's something that you're going to have to be particularly careful with. And again, seek higher first aid training. But I have a couple small things of burn cream that is designed for very small burn situation. Next is an antiseptic wipe. This is simply if you want to clean off an area, maybe you got that cut and you need to clean it off, you can use the antiseptic wipe to help gently wipe away from the cut so that you don't push like a bulldozer any debris bacteria, anything that's on your skin, you want to make sure that you're pulling it away from the cut, not pushing it into the cut. So always move from the cut out to try to keep the infection to a minimum, because infection will kill you. Sting relief, if you get stung by a yellow jacket, a bee, something like that, this is going to be really important. This doesn't really help if you're allergic to bees. This is not going to help with that. If you're going to go into anaphylactic shock or something, this isn't going to do you any good. But if you've got somebody that has just got a bee that stung them and it really hurts and you want to provide some relief, this helps with that. Finally, it's some triple antibiotic ointment. Again, this is meant to try to help tamp down on infections that are going to be caused by bacteria getting into a wound. This is not something you're going to use internally. So you get a gunshot wound, you're not going to stick this in and fill it up. It's not designed for that. It's designed for topical use outside on the exterior of the skin. This is just some broad overview information on the types of things that I carry inside the kit. Again, this is not a major first aid kit. This is not something you're going to try to treat a bunch of people out of. This is designed single person, single use. You're in a bad way and you just need to provide some amount of care, maybe to just take the edge off of something so that you can continue going where you're going. Maybe you got hurt, you picked up a hot pot. That's more what this is for. The other thing is you may want to include a small roll of gauze if you have the room for it inside the bottle. Some of my bottles I'm able to put that in there, others I'm not. The gauze will help protect you if you get a cut or something like that, and help keep that foreign matter out. If you have not purchased liquid skin before, this is another item that is really great and important to have. Liquid skin, essentially, if you get a cut and you need something to help seal it up just a little bit, close it up. Let's say that you got a cut on your knuckle or on your hand, someplace that it's hard to get a bandage over, or that a bandage is not going to stick to, or that you just don't have enough bandage to properly wrap it up. You can use liquid skin, which is going to form a barrier over top of that area and is going to be more flexible than what a normal bandage is. So there's a couple things of liquid skin inside of here also. The next things we're going to talk about is the things you're going to take by mouth. And again, this is not like some comprehensive major trauma kit. But it's also not a boo-boo kit either. There are no Band-Aids inside of here. It is meant to provide the best care possible while fitting inside of a very small container. So the first is going to be acetaminophen. Just a couple of 4. This is a 2-pack, 2 per pack, 2 in here, 500 milligrams each of acetaminophen. This is going to help with headaches, injuries, and those types of things. Again, you cut your leg off, this is not going to take the pain away. You're going to need something way stronger than this. But if you bang into something and hurt yourself, it will help take the edge off of that. Next is the ibuprofen, which is a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory. Essentially, if you get a strain, or if you pull something, or if you twist your ankle, or you simply just get a headache, ibuprofen can help take the edge off of it. Again, couple of tablets, very small container. You can buy small pill bottles of each one of these medicines and place them inside of here. I do have a bottle that does have that configuration in it, but the bottle that's in front of me now, that is not the way it's configured. Next, you're going to have some Benadryl. Benadryl is really important. If you get out in the woods and you get stung by something and you start having any type of reaction to it, A couple of Benadryl can make things a little bit better than what they were without any Benadryl. Now, will this, if you are deadly allergic to bees, you get stung, you better have your EpiPen with you, because epinephrine is going to be the only thing that's going to help you there. But if you get stung and you start to have some kind of reaction to something and you don't have an EpiPen, this is all you got, I would definitely use it. Will it save your life? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Reactive your body is to what just got shot into it by a stinger. Next is some small pills that will help balance out your electrolytes if you start getting, if you're out, you're exerting yourself a lot, you're moving a lot, you're perhaps not accustomed to that, you're drinking a lot of water, and your electrolytes get out of balance, and your salt and other things just aren't the way that they need to be. Your body relies upon the salt for the electrical signals to move around the way that they're supposed to. These tablets can help replenish that. Again, it's only single use, couple of tablets inside of there. And finally, there's an anti-diarrhea, because if you get in the woods and you drink something you're not supposed to, it's coming out the other end, and sometimes the mouth, and sometimes the other end, and sometimes both. If you start doing that, you're going to get dehydrated really fast, and the anti-diarrheal is going to stop it coming out from the backside. So it's a good thing to have with you, but again, there's only a couple of pills in here. It's single use, but the idea is to take it and use that the time that it's going to give you in order to get out of the backcountry, get out of where you're at, and to get to more definitive care. None of these are designed to be in definitive care. Even if you're a doctor, I don't know that you can do high-end medicine with any of this, but it is designed to try to make things a little bit better, or enable you to just get just enough capability in order to get out of a bad spot and get back somewhere where you can get some help to you in order to deal with the situation. Finally, I would always carry nitrile gloves if you're going to be dealing with someone else and you're going to try to help them. Always, always, always make sure you protect yourself from anything they have, blood-borne, fluid-borne, nasty things that you can pick up from trying to help someone. You want to make sure that you have some nitrile gloves.